It is time. We finally get to see the long-awaited Ashes of Creation Caravan System. Make sure to watch to the end.
Hey, what up, boys?
What is up?
And welcome to another spooky Halloween livestream special. This month, we are graced with a highly detailed demonstration of one of Ashes of Creation's most important mechanics, the Caravan System. But
The long-awaited Caravan System. Here we go.
before we get into that, our terrifying patrons and candy-gobbling Twitch subs and I would love for you to grab yourself a Coca-Cola, because this month's showcase was absolutely filled to the brim with new and interesting progress, and I cannot wait to break it all down for you in
Oh man, I love Narc's character that he puts into his videos. This is awesome that he did something special for Halloween too. I love it.
one nice Halloween gift box.
There we go.
Now, with all that bollocks out of the way, let's begin, shall
Let's
we?
go.
So, as stated, this month's stream was seriously a banger, with a 45-minute showcase showing off primarily the Caravan System, but they also went into great detail about the customization, the dangers, and the new commodities and glint systems.
That's awesome. Love to hear it. They're really pushing out some great content. This MMO is moving along so nicely. It's going to be amazing when this goes into like an open beta and everybody can finally play it. I'm so stoked for this MMO, Ashes of Creation. It's really working hard. These guys are really working hard to make it something special.
Truly, one of the best streams that we've had in a while, and I obviously can't do everything that was shown justice in just today's video, which
Right.
means there will be plenty of content coming this month, so make sure you're subscribed, because my channel is literally dead. Now, because there's so much to get through, the reminder segment is going to be cut short, and I'll only touch on the two main important points. First of all, a reminder that the access for the Alpha 2 is temporarily ending on January 17th, so if you want to be there for the launch of Alpha 2, I highly recommend that you consider your financial situation leading into Christmas. However, if you're sure that you can't afford it or don't want to purchase the key, and I don't blame you, the Ashes of Creation team are doing a weekend-long Extra Life livestream special for charity with a bunch of opportunities to win one of the 250 possible Alpha 2 keys. So
There you go, guys. If you guys are interested in the Alpha 2 for Ashes of Creation, watch this stream and you might have a chance to win one of those keys.
make sure you tune in and donate to support Rady's Children's Hospital.
Cool.
Now, with all the preamble concluded, let's actually jump into the meat of this month's showcase. Stephen began the segment by prefacing that this livestream has been one of the largest systems that have had work from the team simply because it is so complicated. That means the layman's watching today's breakdown might get a little confused, but
That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna prime our brains. Let's just really open things up. Just get ourselves ready to wrap our heads around this. Come on, guys. We got this.
try to explain it as simply as possible. The caravans encompass one of the main gameplay loops of this highly anticipated MMORPG.
Yes.
So it's important that feedback is received from everyone, even if you don't understand what's going on. The system
Can I just say, look at that. Look at that little foe in the cage on the table. That thing is disgusting. It's like a naked mole rat mixed with, I don't know, a demon rat Dracula creature from hell. It looks nasty. I like it.
system being too complicated to understand is an important point of feedback for Intrepid. The team started off in the hunting lodge at the Winstead node,
Okay.
and explained one of the new mechanics known as cargo. Cargo is obtained from a commodities vendor using an important resource known as glint. Glint
Okay, all right. We get cargo, we get glint. Okay, and glint, it sounds like a currency?
what's the previously mentioned monster certificate system, so this is a very important part of the game. You can choose to vendor glint for a fixed amount of risk-free gold, but glint is better spent purchasing cargo from the commodities vendor and utilized as trading through this upcoming caravan show.
Okay, so glint sounds like the currency for cargo for your caravan. Okay, interesting. All right. So maybe you can also buy cargo with gold. I'm not sure. He may have said that. I may have missed it, but for sure, glint can be used to buy cargo for your caravan. Okay, we've got it.
Okay, as the team finished purchasing their commodities and left the hunting lodge, they approached the caravan and showed off the work-in-progress UI, which features the purchasing and customization of these caravans.
Okay.
As you can see, you purchase a standard...
I think this UI looks fine. I really do. It's simple too. It's not overly complicated. Hopefully it makes, well, okay, so this is the storage. So yeah, I mean, hopefully there's ways to split it up if it needs to be split up logically, but otherwise, I mean, this looks nice. It's clean. It's obvious what it is. It's your storage. It's your, and there's even like a travel case, like the old school, like what are they called? Trunks, like a travel trunk here, and so it kind of signifies caravan in a way, or maybe this is just general storage and this is the caravan like supplies slot in your general storage. I'm not sure, but either way, it looks clean. It looks nice.
Caravan with a fixed price, then apply various components to them that affect the paper doll down here. These...
Okay. All right. So it looks like a typical like character equipment screen in an MMO, but for the caravan. So all the things that you can equip. And then there's all your stats for your caravan based on the equipped things. Okay, it makes sense. I like it. It looks good. Look at the little imagery there. It looks clean, looks good so far. This is exciting. This is one of the core features of Ashes of Creation, this caravan system. So this is a big deal. It's coming along and it looks good.
Stats are all the important ones that you can probably think of, but the two most interesting ones are the cargo size and the active ability slots.
Yeah.
Because the cargo uses this Tetris spatial system, it's important that you have upgrades that allow for efficient spacing. For this particular caravan, they went with 2 4-slot commodities and 2 single-slot commodities.
So you just have to be good at Tetris with your commodities. You just have to be good at Tetris with your supplies. That's all I'm getting out of this.
So, I suspect this is going to be a major part of your planning. But wait, we're not done. On the right side, you can see 5 empty slots that allow players to place in active spells, but we'll touch on these later as they're demonstrated.
What? Active spells on your caravan? I don't... What? So is this like for if you're like getting raided by like bandits or something like that on your, or another opposing like guild or faction or something like that while you're on your caravan journey, and those spells are like the defaults that are used by the caravan to like defend or something? Okay, this is all just I'm hypothesizing. I have no idea, but it sounds interesting. What the heck?
Once preparations are complete, the team initiate the caravan process by clicking the launch button, giving Stephen an item in his inventory to use in a moment. The team move away from the node and approach the border of the clearly marked zone so you can place your caravan construction site to begin the...
All right. Okay, I was wondering how this was going to work. If they were just going to do like a cut scene and suddenly you're in the caravan outside of town, but it almost makes more sense, or is more like interactive to do it this way. So they make you walk out of town. You have to like the player. It's more involved with the player. The player has all the action that they get to do, which I like. I like that it's player controlled. So the player has to go out. They use their caravan item on the map, and the caravan actually has to get built in the world, and then you go out. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Caravan Event, you click the item that you received from your caravansary, and a clearly visible construction marker is shown in front of your character, allowing you to begin. The summoning of your caravan takes around 2 minutes, but this is subject to multiple buffs, such as caravansary upgrades, policies, and other possible progression paths.
I like that, I guess. I mean, it's cool that, things that you can do in the world, the way you play, things that you upgrade or level up or whatever can influence the timers. I'm not a huge fan of timers, but I guess you need to be rewarded based on your gameplay, so maybe it makes sense to have those timers.
However, the fun really begins when they mount their caravan. Whilst you're off the road, the caravan moves painfully slow, but it's greatly increased in speed as they plant themselves firmly on the well-trodden path. This, of course, has some risk and reward attached to it.
I like this. That's a cool mechanic. So you can choose to stay off the path and go really painfully slow, or you can go faster on the main road, but you run the risk of getting run over by bandits, I'm assuming.
Because you want to decide whether to take the fast route, moving along the road, or the slower, more covert route through the bush.
Right.
I'm really excited to see what kind of strategies players come up with in the Alpha 2 when this system is actually tested in a real-life environment. Now,
That makes a lot of sense, though, to give players this option. I love that. Because maybe you do want to go more covert. Maybe you want to make sure that those bandits, or and if it's an NPC or if it's actual players, caravan hunting players, you want to make sure that you can avoid those situations. So you want to be able to go off the beaten path. That's really cool. I like having that option.
Now, as they approach the location shown in last month's showcase, the team run into two Morc roaming the zone, which led them into moving to an alternate off-road route through a nest of spiders. When they cleared through this danger and got back onto the road, they briefly demonstrated how caravans cannot fall off a cliff. You must traverse round cliffs because, well, logic, I guess.
That makes sense.
Getting back onto the road begun a talk about the land-to-water transitions. Unfortunately, though, the team ran into some bugs related to this, so it's not quite ready to show yet. Instead, we got a demonstration.
I think that's fine. I think it's fine if they choose not to show stuff off, especially if it's not ready. Why would you want to showcase a piece of your game if it's not the most polished or, like, good-looking? Even in this state where it's in alpha or, pre-alpha or whatever, it's between alpha 1 and alpha 2, it makes sense. I'm glad that they care enough about, the excitement, building hype for this game and the image of their MMO to not show it too early.
Demonstration of the mayor and player-built bridges that allow caravans to cross the rivers safely but lose the road speed buff in the process.
Wait. Player-built bridges? Player-built bridges. We get the option to build our own bridges across water? What? I'm wondering if this is just a pre-done thing. Like this is the location that it has to be, but you have that option with, player finance or whatever to build this? Whoa. Okay, this is interesting.
This again adds a bunch of risk or reward choices. So when we see those land-to-water caravans in the future, I suspect the options available to us will be widely broadened.
Couldn't you just imagine, look at this. Couldn't you just imagine a group of bandits or caravan hunting players just hiding in the trees and on the cliffs here? And as soon as this caravan gets to about here, they just swarm it. They run in, they take over, they just pillage this caravan, just absolutely ruin these players. I could totally see that. This is going to be really interesting. The caravan system, I'm definitely hyped for.
Land-to-water caravans in the future, I suspect the options available to us will be widely broadened. Once they cleared the bridges, they entered a new, beautiful zone that we've not seen before, which led into the next mechanic, environmental dangers. As caravans move along their routes, various types of dangers can appear that require us to make choices to overcome these challenges. The two that were shown was a tree blocking the road, requiring them to make an alternate off-road route again, and a hostile skeletal attack event that required the team to utilize their caravan spells to defend themselves. So
Okay. Whoa. Okay, so we're getting a lot of information here. Okay, so there's obstacles when you're on a caravan path, that the game actually provides you with obstacles, so you have to make choices about, going off-road, turning around and taking the alternate path or whatever. Or, like it's saying, there's just a random event. Okay, you're on a caravan path, there's a random event of a skeleton swarm. That's crazy. Okay.
Such as an AoE heal, a repulsor blast, and a temporary sprint.
And that's the spells. That's the caravan spells we're talking about. Okay, so they actually do make a difference. So you come in, there's a AoE heal. What did he say? A repulsor blast, and what was the other thing?
Such as an AoE heal, a repulsor blast, and a temporary sprint.
Okay. AoE heal, repulsor blast, and a temporary sprint. So if you want to just crash through the skeleton swarm and get around them really fast, maybe not focus on fighting them as much, you can do that. That's cool.
Finally, as they approach the node, they showed off the concluding system, which is initiated once they cross the clearly marked border of the node's safe zone.
Okay.
Upon arrival, your commodities are placed automatically in that node's storage, and you can either choose to turn them in here for a gold reward based off of distance and quality of the commodity, or repackage them again to travel to an even further node location. All pretty good stuff. And I won't inject any opinions into this video because, well, I need to pad out my videos with that kind of
I'll gladly interject my opinions. This is really cool. This is really cool. I'm not sure if any other MMOs have had a caravan system like this, but I am not aware of any from the MMOs that I've played. And this is really exciting. This definitely gives a whole new kind of dynamic and play style to MMOs. I'm really excited to try this out. This looks like it's going to be really fun. Like, it's definitely a different take on things, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
stuff later this month. Now, they gave us a bit of a question and answer segment, but these are way too specific to outline in today's video. Instead, I highly recommend you come join our stream over at twitch.tv/Narcoverse, where we deep dive all of these specific topics.
All right, so he's wrapping up there, so I will as well. Oh, man. Oh, man, guys. The Caravan system looks so cool. I love the way that it starts. I love that they give you that player action. You have to go out into the world a little bit outside of town. You have a building zone for building your caravans. So you take out that caravan kind of item and you build your caravan in that spot. The caravan starts on the path. You can go off-road or you can stay on the path with, you know, risk and reward for each of those options. There's obstacles, like actual in-game world obstacles on the caravan paths, like a downed tree or a random skeleton swarm event for caravans. And you have your caravan spells. You get a heal, AoE heal around the caravan. You get a repulsor blast to, I guess, you know, maybe directionally. I'm not sure if you get to choose where you place it, but you can push enemies away. And then you can sprint. You can just run away a little bit to try and get past the event or whatever the enemy player's trying to get you. That's really cool. I'm so excited to see this coming together. Guys, Ashes of Creation, it might actually happen. It might be real. We might get to play it. We might get to play a good MMO. It might be still a little bit early to get so much hype going here. Maybe I'm huffing too much copium, but I'm really excited for Ashes of Creation. Well, what do you guys think? Is that caravan system looking pretty good or not? Let me know in the comments. Leave a like, a subscribe, and I will see you next time.